So we'll go to Bruce. Bruce, welcome back. I'm wearing one of Bruce's jerseys. For those of you who can't see through the radio, which is probably most of you, it's a white jersey from Hit the Ice TV. It's pretty swanky. I got to say, nice jerseys, Bruce. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
It's nice to have you on. So you were out in Ottawa, or in Gatineau, sorry, doing Hit the Ice TV. Just talk to us about the program and what it's all about. We were just talking before we hit the air here. What they want from you and what they want from all the people who participate is, after a year, to make sure that they're listed by a major junior franchise.
Yes, Hit the Ice TV is 20 Aboriginal players get chosen. They get scouted from the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships in Saskatoon this year. They got scouted to go to Gatineau in the Ottawa region to go and do a showcase in front of major junior scouts from all over Canada and NCAA scouts from all over America. And the 2 weeks was pretty amazing for me.
So how did they find you?
In Saskatoon for the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships. It was the first game there against BC, and the coach noticed I laid 3 big hits in the first period, and he told me that there was a point in the game where people lost focus on is the big hitting, and he picked me right away. He noticed me right away.
Now, is that where they picked most of their players, or did they pick players from midget camps or other places across the country?
No, this year is their first year, and they didn't really get word out, so not many people knew about it. I didn't know about it before that. And then, so that was their only place where they could actually get good Aboriginal players from across Canada.
Very cool, very cool. How was the experience overall? You were there for 2 weeks. I just liked the Facebook group on Facebook. And it says 20 eager prospects, 14 intense days, 3 crucial periods, 1 dream. APTN January 2013. So obviously it's coming out in just about 6 months. But the 20 players that you played with, how close are you now? And the dream for all of you, is it still alive? Do you feel like you're closer to getting a shot at major junior hockey than you were before the camp?
Definitely. That camp really blew up my exposure a lot in front of those scouts. And for that last game there, the big game on Saturday, there was 46.
Wow.
Confirmed scouts from NCAA and major junior all over Canada and America.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that really blew up my exposure. So hopefully I'll be getting a few calls this week coming
Did you hear anything from some of the coaches who were there, the producers, or any of the scouts?
No, the scouts didn't know that they were allowed to talk to us after the game. So right after the game ended, they just bolted out of there. So he told us to expect a few calls this upcoming week.
Great. And who are some of the players that you played with that you were really impressed with? And what about the camp and the whole, I guess the whole event really impressed you?
Yeah, there's this kid from Easton Door North, which is Quebec. Alex Hester. He's a really shifty kid. His 2 brothers played in the QMJHL with Val-d'Or. And it looks like he has the hockey genes in that family. He's a real great player. I can't believe he's not really protected by a major junior team yet.
Now, what about the experience were you impressed with the most? What did you learn? Obviously, you were on the ice every day. You did a lot of dry line training. What did you pick up on that you're going to be able to bring back here to Thompson? Maybe show a couple of your teammates, whether you're with the North Stars or with the Blizzard.
It's mostly the advice that the NHL players gave us at the end of the days, just about their road to the NHL, how hard it was. It's never an easy road, and how they keep having the biggest advice I learned from there that is always stuck in my head is that it's hard to get to the show, but it's even harder to stay in there. So once you stay in there, there's millions of players that want to take your spot. And
it's every Canadian boy's dream.
Exactly. And all of us want to get there. It's really hard for us to get there, but we just got to keep working. And that's what those NHLers kept telling us.
So in terms of your level of play, how much more confident are you now that you can go out there and do a job and crack a major junior franchise?
My confidence level got a bit more higher from that camp, just because I know a lot more about the game now. I know a lot more off-ice workouts and lessons that I've learned from the NHL stars, and it just really brought up my confidence level.
Now, who did you meet? Who are some of the NHL stars? I see you have a couple of signatures on your hat there. So who did you get a chance to hang out with?
We the first day, we went to the Sensplex where the Senators work out. And we got to see Chris Neal there, and Chris Neal worked out with us for a bit. And then the next day, we saw Eric Goodbranson. Eric Goodbranson stayed a day with us. And then we met Max Talbot, and that's who I got my hat signed by.
Show it off to the cameras.
It's right there on the side there. And then on the Wednesday that day, on the Wednesday that week of the second week, we got to skate with Evander Kane, who got to spend a day with us too, which was really exciting because he's Winnipeg Jet. And then the last day before the game, we got to skate with Aaron Asham, which was a huge surprise. We did not expect him. He was probably the one that all of us really got really excited for.
Of course, an Aboriginal guy playing in the NHL.
Yeah.
What did he talk about specifically to being an Aboriginal player in the NHL? Is there anything that he mentioned that some of the other players didn't?
Just about how he really had to change his game from junior to the NHL. He was telling us about through his midget and junior years, he's been a goal scorer. He's been recording like 50 goals a year. But then once he got to the NHL, he noticed he couldn't do that anymore. So by the time he got to the NHL, he really had to change his game. That really worked for him. And he was a short, build kind of guy. So he just decided to be a hitter and a fighter, instigator.
Very cool, very cool. And what other experiences did you take away? Maybe anything that you got to see or do that was pretty cool?
We actually got to do a lot of stuff there. It's pretty insane how much stuff we did there in the 2 weeks. But probably the biggest thing that was a surprise to me was just meeting those NHL stars. It's just overwhelming when they come on the ice with us and how great their stories are.
Very good. Well, when can we see it on TV, and when can we expect to see you on the telly?
It's going to be aired on the channel APTN, and it's going to be aired in January of 2013.
Now, looking ahead to this year for you, you're just back from this camp. North Stars camps pick up in a couple of weeks. Ocean Blizzard camp picks up in a couple of weeks. Are you going to one, you going to the other, or are you splitting your time between both?
I'm splitting my time between both. I'm going to the rookie camp for Ocean Blizzard, and then Stu Cunningham wants me to come back here just to be a veteran and show those rookies how it's done and all that in the North Stars blue and white game. And then after that, Ocean Blizzard's main camp starts on the Tuesday, and I'm going back there.
Now, you had a chance to talk to the new head coach, Jim Mollard. Hopefully we can get him on the show at some point. What did you take away from your conversation with him? He signed for 3 years, which is unheard of for that franchise in the last decade. What did you... It's true. It is. They've gone through, 4 coaches in the last 3 or 4 years, so it's nice to have stability as someone who's a recruit for their franchise. What did you talk to him about, and what did he say to you, and what did he say that his plans are for the team for this year?
His plans are to change the whole organization around. Their organization was kind of sloppy before and disorganized, but what Jim Mollard is doing, he signed 3 years because he wants to make a difference with that community and that team. And he was telling me all these great stuff he heard about me and how he's excited for me to go to their camp. And I'm really excited for that now because so now that I know that I'm on his good side, it really brings up my confidence to make that team. And that's what I'm hoping to do this season. And
what were some of his plans for this year? Is he looking on leaning for a heavy veteran-laden side, or is he wiping the slate clean with the team for this year and just picking, whoever impresses him the most at camp?
He's wiping the slate clean. He wants to see who will show up to camp and who is ready for camp. He's not going to choose any veterans that are slacking there and guarantee them a spot because they're guaranteed a spot. So he'll just wipe the slate clean, and he wants to see who wants it more than the other.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Bruce. Congratulations. A pleasure to have you on. If the listeners or viewers want to check out the Facebook page, just look up Hit the Ice on Facebook. You'll find it there. I'm sure there are a couple of pictures of Bruce there. Haven't had a chance to browse through it yet myself, but other pictures of you on there, aren't there?
Yeah, a few, yeah, on and off the ice.
So you can see Bruce in action hanging out with the boys and on the ice as well. Thank you very much. Good luck at camps, and congratulations on the experience.
Thank you.
All right, Bruce Highway. Norman North Star currently protected by the Ocean Blizzard, and I'm sure he's hoping he'll be playing in Ocean this year with their new head coach. Just came off the plane a couple of days ago from Ottawa, as he was with Hit the Ice TD. We'll take a break. On the other side, Cam Davis, Commissioner of the Manitoba